Okay, so today we're here with one of our students, David. One of the things I want to say is we're very lucky to have our students who come and help us every other week just take care of the trees. So I just want to start with saying thank you to all the students besides David. David's a fifth-year student, and he will be going to his sixth year within about 5 months. Today we're talking about controlling these maples and what we have to do in this stage of development. So right now we have this branch that's coming out, we have this branch that's coming out, and we have this branch that's coming out. And all of these are taking all the energy, all of these are taking the energy away from growing a branch down here. So the first thing that we're going to do is, all right, so about 4 years ago, we repotted this tree for the initial time we repotted this, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And then about 2 years later, we repotted it again. And then this year we repotted again. It had all kinds of roots, but I decided to change what we were going to do on this tree. And so as you see, we cut this off and cut this off. Again, we had all kinds of roots. So you may not do what we're doing right now if your tree wasn't this strong. But as you can see, these have become too strong. So the next thing we're going to do is, I'm going to move some stuff out of the way. David, cut this whole thing off. And I'm going to move the camera exactly right there. Nice. And then of course, I'm probably going to make this, I'm not going to leave this as an outie. We call that an outie. I'm going to cut that, clean that up, and put cut paste on that. But let's see what we're going to do next. Okay, again, with David's help, we're going to take off the next branch, and it's going to be this one on the very top. So we're going to move all this little small stuff out of the way. Okay. Why are we taking all these branches off? We're taking these branches off because it's not at the stage of development where I'm building the top. And so we're going to take all these large branches off, and that's going to facilitate more energy to the base of this tree and start growing other branches besides these little small ones here. All right, so we're also going to do this branch right here. I'm going to hold this. And then we'll come back through here when we're all done and cut these down a little more. So we might as well just go ahead and take that one off. If you can see right here. And this one off. And then we're going to cut that, go ahead and go all the way to here. Nope, even further. Way down right up against, yes. And then go ahead and get that. Nice. Okay, and go ahead and get that. Okay, and now, now we're going to take this one off. Perfect. Okay, and the last one we're going to take off is right here. So I'm going to pull this one down, get a better angle right here. Nice. Okay, so what we're going to do now on this tree is we're going to take the cut paste, as you see we've already done here. I mean, this tree looks like we've cut it back to nothing. Well, guess what? We have. And in fact, I'm going to cut this back to here and cut this back to here. That's going to force all this energy down here to build other branches. And I'll show you a picture of this in the future. This is a great example of cutting a branch off and the tree healing over that scar. And so this is what we want to do here. So we're going to make an innie, not an outie. So we're not going to leave an out. If you were to leave an outie like we did here, that just allows that tree, as it grows, it allows that tree to give this more movement. But we don't need movement up here right now. So we're going to cut this a little bit inside, a little bit more. And we are good. Okay. And this will do this one too. A little bit of an innie. Let me turn that towards you, make it easier. Okay. Now we're going to cut paste those and bring in the next tree. Okay, so this is May, and we just cut this back. That's actually a good time to cut back a lot of your trees. I'll discuss that another time. But you may have to do this a second time this year to force that energy down to grow the rest of the branches where we need them. Okay, here we are with another tree, and we're going to do the same thing. A lot of times I'll say in class, and the students, and I've stole this from my teacher, we weaken the strong and strengthen the weak. So on this tree, what we're going to do is, because the top is too strong on this tree, we're going to remove the strongest to facilitate more growth and strength to the lower portion of the tree. Nice. As you can see, we had a branch there and I sawed it off. We've already got two big branches here. We're going to have to cut both of those off and then cut some more of the back off. Go ahead and take that one off. And since you're there, go ahead and cut that all the way off. Okay, go ahead and cut this one off. You can leave this. We'll leave a little bit here. Good. And cut these two off. Leave this one here, right here. Okay. And then we'll cut some more of these off. 5 years ago, I went to a nursery that I hadn't gone to before, and I picked up this tree and about 20 others. And I was told they were Acer palmatums, and they are not. So I'm not exactly sure. It might be a Baihu or something like that. Bihu, however you say that. It was not an Acer palmatum. It's slower growing, however, it's still going to be a beautiful tree. So today, I'm going to end up taking this portion off to make this taper more beautiful. And I'm end up taking this off, which I took off 2 or 3 years ago. So we cut off a few branches, repotted them for 2 years. Anytime we see them already into a glazed pot, it means I've had it for at least 4 to 5 years. And now we're ready to weaken the strong, strengthen the weak. We're going to take this top part off and start this tree's development of other branches down lower. Here we are continuing to weaken the strong, strengthen the weak. This is too strong on top. We're going to take that off. And then let's go ahead and take that to right there. Take that off. Okay.